everyone, this is Pete and Kate with another real estate update. Wow, look at me rhyming.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Pete and Kate, real estate update.
Update.
Wow.
Yeah. We are from Remax Professionals, and this is for January of last year to January of this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
January. So we're going to be recapping January 2026. Can you believe I'm getting old. It's happening way too fast. But the market, it does continue to be changing, doesn't it? And it's changing,
Absolutely.
especially in some of the segments.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is where it's important you pay attention to this one because it's going to negatively affect some people, but I think in general, it's going to positively affect buyers. That's for sure. And wouldn't you say like buyers of condos, really? I
Yes.
mean, there's going to be some opportunities to get some deals.
Yep.
We started saying it a little bit in the last month or two, but boy, this trend is continuing. And I think, I don't know, would you make any predictions for the year yet, or do you think it's too early?
Personally, I think it's too early. What are your thoughts?
I think this year is going to be, it's going to be tough for condo sellers.
Yeah.
There's always going to be buyers, but it just means that, if we're going to be selling condos this year, we're going to have to price really aggressively.
Yes.
Because buyers have tons of options. But, every time we say, it's bad for sellers and prices are coming down and they're facing lots of competition and stuff like that, that always means it's good for the other half. So
yeah,
if you're a first-time buyer and you've been saying for years it's been tough to get into the market and stuff like that, we are seeing condo prices come down quite a bit actually already. And I think prices are going to continue to decline for the year. I just think there's so many projects that we're still adding into the market, and it looks like we've pretty much cut off immigration. So between supply being built, like we're building more places in Alberta now than in Ontario, and with we've cut off the demand pretty much, right? By at least I think we'll still see lots of people moving here from Ontario and BC and stuff, right?
Too. Yeah, I still see that trend. Remember we were talking about how a lot of these the buildings that are coming up are all rentals too.
Yeah, the rental market is going to be affected, but I mean, all of it is part of the oversupply of homes that are coming on. So it might just be, and I got to be careful saying something like this, but it might be a year you consider saying, you know what, I'm going to rent for another year and buy next year. Trust me, we like selling condos, but more importantly, we like giving good real estate advice. And right now, good real estate advice would be, if you're thinking of selling, you'd probably want to do it quickly and be aggressive.
Yes.
If you're thinking of buying, take your time. There's lots of options, and make sure that you use a tough negotiator like Kate, because she will make sure that you don't overpay for something right now. You almost want to pay a little less than you would even think you could, just to mitigate against any further price declines in the next few months, kind of thing. So
that's true.
That's where we're at. So, but in terms of the whole market, what are we seeing?
Yeah,
we're seeing price declines everywhere.
We're seeing price declines. We're seeing sales compared to last year. Our sales are down almost 15% compared to last year.
Sales are down 15%. Yeah, sales are. We sold 1,234. It's easier number to remember because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what we sold in January in the total sales. So sales are down 15%, and new listings are down 3.8%, which is, I guess, good news if you're a seller or if you're looking for some price stability. But again, that really starts to break out when you look at how much of that was houses versus condos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But sales are down 15%, like we said. Inventory is up, though.
Yeah, inventory is up 20%.
Over 20%.
Over 20%.
So we're seeing a demand down 15%, supply up 20% from last year, and months of supply is up pretty dramatically.
Very dramatically, 41% compared to what it was last year. So that's almost 3.5 months of worth of supply.
We have 3.5 months of supply now overall, but it really does break out interestingly once you start looking at which one is which. What we're seeing though is in terms of the month of supply, it does
vary.
It does vary considerably. So
Yes.
what we're seeing is in detached homes, it's about a 2.5 month supply, which isn't bad. That's a pretty good market. It's not bad at all. But in condos, it's like over 5%. It's almost like 5.3%, 5.3 months, which would be like what, 5 months and a week or something like that.
Basically.
And then townhouse is just a little bit less. They're at 4 months. So 4 months and a week on that one. So it's really the more high density the residences are,
yes,
the bigger the gap. And this is what we've been saying all along. I mean, it's really condo prices. You're going to see prices come down. There's just no question about that.
We've been saying this for a while now.
We've kind of been beating that drummer for a while, right?
Yeah,
It really, did I say beating that drummer? I mean, but it's like they're not as bad as basis.
No.
We shouldn't be bashing basis on this channel. Except for the fact that everybody that plays in a band will go, yeah, it's like our basis too. But anyways, yeah. So the more the higher the density of the residence is, the more you're going to see price declines, is what I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Detached houses right now, like I said, if there's a 2.5 month supply, I think you might actually just see some price stability there. I'm not sure you're going to see prices come down, but let's see. They are building homes everywhere like crazy too. It's just a matter of how much is going to be mitigated by the amount of people moving here from Ontario and BC and places like that, where things don't seem to be any better. So we'll see. Let's talk about the prices of the homes, okay?
Yes, we should talk. Let's talk about the prices. Since we were going off of, how many months of supply we have per
before we got distracted by basses
and drummers.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the prices of the houses this time. So overall, the total residential price right now, it is down year over year. We're standing about almost 5%, 4.7% compared to last year. It's around 554,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down about 5%. But again, detached house is not as bad. It's down a little bit, down 3.5%.
Yes.
So down to about 724. But even that, like, we always have to keep things in perspective, right? Like it would, 2 years ago, to think that we'd be getting 724 would have been really good.
That's true.
Like, things did go up so fast that if you own a home, you can still be pretty happy about that. In fact, if you bought a condo 2 or 3 years ago, when I was saying buy condos, I think you're still in pretty good shape. It's like, if you've managed to keep some powder dry, there's going to be some investment opportunities, I think, too. But that might be a while yet before timing real estate is tough. And I always say that, in terms of investments, real estate's one of those 20-year investments. It's not like, not like you're trading crypto stock or something.
That's
you kind of have to wait sometimes for it to go. That's true. And in the meantime, if you do it right, you shouldn't be paying for it. Your tenant should be. So. But yeah, there's going to be some opportunities, I believe. I think there's going to be guys building now even too that I'm like, what am I going to do with all this stock? I got loans I got to pay. So we'll see where it goes. But semi-detached, which is like a half duplex, is down 1%.
The lowest.
Yeah.
Out of all of the markets, that's
totally. Well, we just haven't been building a lot of them. It's like detached houses or townhouses and condos.
Yeah. So more of the high density. Exactly what you've been talking about.
Yeah.
And then when we look at row houses, which are townhomes, they're down about 5.2%.
And apartments are down almost 8%. Ouch. And like I said, I think we're just getting started. I think it's going to be coming down more than 10%, maybe 15% even, or something like that. I don't want to make too many predictions, because the reality is I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. There's always so many factors that affect our real estate, including, like I said, what happens in Ontario and BC, and how many people are going to want to leave those provinces and come here. But
very true.
But if you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood and with your market segment, I always say this, like, get a hold of me or get a hold of Kate. We do this for lots of people. We're happy to set up a market report. How many market reports do you think we send out now? About 100?
I would say over 100 now. Yeah.
So, like, feel free. Like, if you say, I got a bungalow in Beddington, as we always say, or I got a townhouse in Tuscany, or a what else do we got?
You were always better at these than I was.
Yeah, and I'm getting old and I forgot what I have. So
we got to write them down now.
Yeah, we got to write them down. But in terms of neighborhoods, the same thing applied the last couple of months, right? The neighborhoods that exploded in pricing over the last couple of years are the ones coming down the fastest, and that's the northeast and the east side. right?
Yes. Yeah.
The properties that you're kind of going, why aren't they increasing in price at the same rate that the Northeast is? They're now coming down the slowest. So that would
Yes.
include
The West.
like the West. Yeah,
Yep.
totally. The
Yep.
South a little bit, but it's down 3.5%.
Yes.
But really, it's like, yeah, the North and the Northeast and the East, those three are the ones coming down the most dramatically. But again, it matters less up there because those are also the areas that went up the fastest and the most over the last little while. So it's just, it's like the market always corrects itself, and that pendulum does swing back.
Mm-hmm.
So when the pendulum in some areas swang way too far at one time, it's just swinging right back to try to find some kind of
balance.
Some balance.
Balance.
It's not balance.
No.
Well, maybe. Yeah, we talk about a balanced market, I guess. But yeah. Equilibrium, does that word make sense at this point? What is equilibrium? Oh shoot, neither one of us knows.
No.
I think that applies. Well, feel free to comment below and correct my my language, my terminology.
It's Monday.
I'm learning. We're learning.
We're learning. We're always learning.
We're learning English.
Always.
So
yes.
At some point, hopefully, maybe we'll be able to speak it well. Yeah. I'm also learning Tagalog, though, as you know.
Are you?
Yeah. I can say salamat and salamat po. Like we always say, if you want to know more, particularly about real estate, not much else, get in touch with Kate or I. Kate's number will appear on the screen. My number will appear on the screen. Mm-hmm. Our editor says you can stop telling everybody what your phone number is. It's on the screen.
Said that?
Yeah. She's like, you're such a boomer, Dad. You don't have to, because it is my daughter. You don't have to actually say it. Like people, like especially not 2 or 3 times, because they have, you can always rewind it. You know what I mean? But besides, it's written on the screen or it's written below or whatever. Apparently it's going to be written somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but do feel free to phone or text. We do publish our cell numbers. So phone or text.
Yes.
Just say, where you are and what market you want to be looking at and that kind of thing. We're always happy to help. Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, have a great month. We'll talk to you at the start of
next month.
Yeah, it's the start of February now, right?
Yeah,
we're in February. I'm getting dementia.
Happy Monday.
We'll talk to you at the beginning of March, and we'll tell you what happened in February. In the meantime, take care of yourself and each other.
Bye, guys.
See ya.